Hey everyone! For a super long time, Europe was like the big boss of the world. European countries called the shots and their empires were huge, spreading across different continents. But this wasn't just destiny. It's a really interesting story with lots of twists and turns, things like new inventions, how they made money, their governments, and even where Europe is on the map. All of these things mattered. In this video, we're going to dive into what made Europe so powerful. We'll look at the cool gadgets that gave European explorers and conquerors an advantage. We'll also check out how they made money and how their sometimes messy governments actually helped them become stronger. Figuring out how Europe became so powerful helps us understand the world today. What happened back then still affects how countries have power, how money works, and even what we think is cool. Technology was super important in Europe's rise. New inventions in sailing, weapons, and making stuff gave them the tools to explore, conquer, and get richer. One of the biggest game changers was the caravel, a ship that could sail even when the wind wasn't helping. This allowed European explorers to go way farther than before, finding new lands and routes across the ocean. Along with better maps and figuring out the stars, the caravel started a huge wave of ocean exploration. European countries wanting cool stuff from the East went on voyages that changed the world map forever. When Christopher Columbus found the Americas in 1492, it was a massive moment. It started European colonialism and, sadly, the slave trade. But technology wasn't just about ships. Gunpowder weapons gave European armies a huge boost. Cannons could smash castle walls, and muskets could take down lots of enemies at once. This gave a big advantage to the countries that had these weapons. All these new inventions helped Europe spread its influence across the world, setting the stage for their power for hundreds of years. So technology gave Europe the tools, but their money systems gave them the motivation. Capitalism and something similar called mercantilism encouraged trade, exploration, and getting rich. Capitalism is all about owning businesses and making a profit. This got people excited to try new things and grow their businesses, which led to lots of inventions and a stronger economy. Mercantilism, the big money idea back then, was like a game where countries tried to get the biggest piece of the pie. European powers wanted all the gold and silver, and they set up colonies to get resources and force people to buy their stuff. This competition for money made European countries want to take over more land, and they fought with each other a lot. At first, they really wanted spices, silk, and fancy things from the East. But when they found the Americas, new things like sugar, tobacco, and cotton became important. These products, often made by enslaved Africans on plantations, made European countries super rich and sadly made the slave trade even bigger. This mix of trade, colonies, and slavery became a big part of how the world worked for a long time. European powers wanted to be the richest and strongest, so they built huge empires, changing the map and who had power in the world. You might think that Europe being divided, with lots of different countries fighting, would make them weaker, but actually it helped them become stronger. Unlike big empires like the Ottomans or the Ming dynasty, Europe wasn't ruled by one person. It was a bunch of kingdoms, duchies, and city-states all competing with each other. This competition actually pushed them to invent new things. Each country wanted to be better than its neighbors in terms of weapons, money, and even science. For example, England and France fought and argued for centuries, and this pushed them to build better ships, stronger cannons, and smarter ways to fight. Also, because no single country was in charge of everything, people had more freedom to think and share new ideas. Ideas could travel between countries, leading to new discoveries and ways of thinking. The Renaissance, a time of amazing art, science, and big ideas, happened because of this exciting mix of different ideas. So even though all the fighting in Europe caused problems, it also pushed them to be more creative and powerful, making them a leading force in the world.